have you ever thought about manifesting your dreams? Everything that you ever aspire to or want in this life. Imagine if there was a way of making that come true. Well, I'm going to get into it with veteran Jonni. We're going to be talking about Hemisync. Boom. Jonni, how are you, mate?
I'm good. How are you, Chris?
Yes, utterly, phenomenally wonderful on this, another day in paradise. I get a bit bored saying that because my everyday is like this.
It's got to be, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
Positivity.
It's a simple choice. We either create the future for the kids that we want and we live in paradise, or we let the psychopaths dictate for us. And you're a veteran, I'm a veteran. I guess we're both technically warriors. There is no choice. There's cowardice or take action, is there not?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got to do something about it.
Let's talk about the Hemisync, because I think you, like me, having to live through this utter nonsense, it set me on a pathway to a more enlightened life, and that's where I came across Hemisync. Do you want to just explain what it is?
Yeah, I'll tell you how I got to it first, right? Really quickly. I'm a game developer, and I'd written a game a few years ago called Polybius Invaders. Now, Polybius was supposedly a fabled computer game that was created by like the CIA, supposedly put into arcade halls that like mind controls any person who played the game. But it is actually a fable. I don't think it did ever actually exist. However, technologies and stuff like that did exist. So when I come to make Polybius Invaders, I put subliminal messages into it, as in trying to keep the theme of the mysterious into this game. And I also put something in it called the ghost frequency, which was a frequency similar to the P waves of an earthquake. And you can't hear it, but you can sense it, and it gives you a feeling of dread. So I kind of put that into the game, and I came to do a sequel a couple of years later after I'd done it, and I thought, what can I put in it? And I started building the game up. I was looking around the internet because I wanted to put something completely different into it, and I came across something called the Gateway Experience. Now, I saw a few videos on it, and basically the Gateway now I came about it was the CIA in 1983 had done an investigation into the Gateway Experience and of what it could do. And the end findings of this report suggested that everything it stated was true. You are basically like a god. You were a creator. You're born in his image, and you're a creator. You're an actual creator kind of thing. But it went much further. It explained like God, as they call it, the absolute. Now, I'm not religious in the slightest. I never have been, but I've always had a sense that there's something maybe more. When I started looking into it, I thought I've got to try this Gateway Experience for myself. So you can come across it on internet. So I found it. I tried it, and I kind of it was the most profound thing I think I've ever done, because it was like a form of guided meditation, hypnosis, combined with like binaural beats, which produces the Hemisync. Now, so I did this exercise, and it kind of for me, it was weird because I've got all you need is a pair of headphones and the tapes. I put the headphones on, I'm doing the exercise, and after about 10-15 minutes, it's like I kept clicking out and going into a lucid dream state. It felt so weird to be doing this that kind of did further, and I did like one of the manifestations exercises. They call it patterning. But it's the law of attraction. and you visualize whatever you want, and then you push that thought out into the universe. It sounds very new agey in this lot, but it kind of, when you're doing these exercises, you go into lucid dream states and you actually visualize what you're wanting to do. It's as if you're a spectator watching it, and then you push that thought out, and then you come away from it. But then there's something strange happens, like day after. For instance, sake, I'd done a manifestation on an abundance of good fortune that didn't hurt anybody or myself. You have to be careful how you manifest. Now, when I did this, the day after, it's like I were in a car park. I had a meeting. I had to be in there for 5 minutes' time. It wasn't accepting me payment method. It wasn't accepting me card. It said I had to go back on my app. My app's at home. I thought, I'm going to get charged. And this guy just out of the blue comes walking up. And first I thought you were a traffic warden. And I said, "You're not a traffic warden, are you, mate?" And he kind of said, no. And he just said to me, "It's your lucky day then." He said, "Because I've got a ticket. You can have my ticket." And he's passed me the ticket. He said to me, "Pass on the good fortune. When you leave this car park, you give this ticket to somebody else. Pass on the good fortune." Well, them words, what I'd been doing the day before, I thought, weird. Told my missus, who was sat in car, what had just happened. And she kind of laughed it off as if just a coincidence. But these coincidences started happening all the time after I'd done this. And I'm into a point where even my missus was saying this is like weird. Then I started manifesting actual things to happen, telling her what I'd done after I'd done the exercise. And then these things happen. And I kind of realized this is true. So I researched it and I started looking right into it. How have they done this gateway? And the patent for it is all on the internet, and that like explains what it is, how they've done it. And I kind of I thought it seems really easy. What they're doing is they're putting your mind into a brainwave state of what's called the theta wave state. And that's when we all go in that state every day, just before you drift off to sleep. It's the state where you like have lucid dreams before you fall into deep sleep. So you do it before you go to sleep, when you wake up, except that when people are manifesting these lives around them, they kind of, when they're going to sleep and stuff, the thought process and that lot's been going on in day and that lot, they're kind of taking it with them. It's hard to explain in that sense, like what it's actually doing, but believe me, it's 100% true. The Secret, like everybody must have heard of The Secret, the law of attraction. It became very popular, where you have like manifestation boards, and you're trying to do these exercises just before you go to sleep. So the theory is if you put these pictures up, you kind of bring these like visions of stuff you want into your life. And to some degree, it might work. But with the gateway experience, you're using binaural beats, which is putting your brain into Hemisync. It puts you into these states that you do quite naturally, but it puts you into this state artificially. And when you're in it, you can manifest anything. If you don't believe me, check out all these stuff on the internet.
I'm completely with you, Jonni, because I get energy, vibration, frequency, so I know this is how life works. So don't feel you need to, sell this to anyone. I've got your back here, brother.
You need an open mind. If you're skeptical and you think this ain't going to work, you've actually just manifested that for yourself. That's not going to work. If you're open-minded,
what I'm going to do is play a video from your site. The problem is the one I just picked, there's no audio on it.
Well, the kind of exercises themselves, the binaural beats come into play. And what I'm doing in these exercises is that it takes roughly about 15 minutes for myself, like to listen to the binaural beats where I'm relaxed. I'm getting into a meditative state. You do your breathing exercises, then you proceed from your breathing exercises to visualizing a box where you're going to put all the distractions, anything that might break your focus while you're doing these exercises. So you kind of like prepare.
Jonni, listen, I'm just going to interrupt you, bro, because I want to play people at home what this actually is, because I'm otherwise we're going to lose them. And then we'll come back to the technology, you know, how you build up to this, because it's quite fascinating. I'm just going to play some of this, folks. Now, this music now, you've got to remember, it's coming to you in stereophonic headphones. You've got to wear headphones for this. And what it's doing is, for the first time in many people's lives, it's talking to not just their left brain, but it's talking to the right brain. And it's syncing your brains up, which is a state not many people get to, because it's also the state of enlightenment. So if you listen to this music, you can actually hear it's, even without headphones on, it's very hypnotic, and it's like it instills a power in you, the power of connection, to connect to the divine. Let's have a listen. Wow, yes. So essentially, life is energy, vibration, and frequency, and we are all a holistic representation of everything, because there is only the all, friends, and we're infinitely attached to everything, historically, not just historically, but infinitely, as in the future. People think human beings are like separate animals to the environment. We're not. We're intimately connected. The environment is us. The world is us. The universe is us, because you cannot differentiate between the air that you're breathing into your lungs and your lungs and your bloodstream itself. It's the same environment. It's the same environment. It's just that we've got this clever subjective consciousness that we've developed that fools us to think we're all individuals. And so, and Jonni, you know, I'm going to invite you to come in and correct me here if I'm missing the point. But so if we want to influence life, we do it through terms of rate of energy, vibration, and frequency. This is why I said the other day in a podcast, you know, folks, if you're having a bad day, go away, do your meditation, get yourself to a state of peace. Remember, life is beautiful, the universe is incredible. We're so lucky to have this opportunity. We're not letting the psychopaths take it away from us. Okay, that's just the image that their media gives you, and all the fear-mongering stuff on the internet. And we're going to get happy, and we're going to create a beautiful future. And the beauty comes in knowing you're a part of something. You might not see how this manifests, and this is it, folks. This is life. There isn't. Forget tomorrow. Live for today and be happy. Be happy. Yes, Bibi Netanyahu is an incredibly evil man. That's his shit. That's not you. You're a beautiful, harmonious, loving, empathic, divine part of this whole experiment, and don't forget it. And don't lower yourself to leaving shitty comments in bloody internet forums. You're worth so much more. And when you're hemisyncing your brain, you're aligning, you're raising your frequency, and you're aligning it with the rest of the universe, which is why when Jonni says you actually manifest stuff. Yeah, well, of course you do. You know, if I went up to someone and I punch them and I gave my energy to them, I'd manifest knocking them on the floor. It's no different in the energy, in the quantum realm. Your thoughts have repercussions because they dictate your actions, they dictate your energy. My energy now will be affecting Jonni and vice versa. And I don't understand the synchronicity bit, Jonni. I don't get why I see 33 everywhere. When I'm firing, when I'm buzzing, when I'm on it, when I know that I'm in a good place, it's like, bloody hell, there's no point checking my watch. It's going to be 33 minutes past the hour. There's no point like checking the alarm clock, what time I wake up. It's going to be 30. Can you expand on that? It's like the universe is trying to tell you you're on the right way.
Yeah, you'll see signs and things like that. You'll see like numbers, such like with patterns and things. You'll see this all the time. I don't know whether you've ever experienced a ringing in your ears that lasts like 15 seconds. It's like an intense ringing. And then it's like as if you're deaf. And then all of a sudden your hearing's back to normal. And we experienced that a few times recently. But it is kind of what I'm seeing. It's kind of where the universe is contacting you in some sense. As these things change. I mean, I'm seeing 33 a lot. 222. 33. I'm seeing these numbers coming up all the time now. But like you pay more attention to things as well. Because you might not pay attention to stuff before, but when you start doing these exercises, it's just like that.
Yes, and it's empowering to listen to this stuff. It takes you to a place that is almost. It's kind of crazy, Jonni, is it not, that some people will never be in that place in their whole lives because they're too busy doing shit?
Well, they are in that place because they take themselves to that place every time they go to sleep and wake up. But it's just that they choose not to listen to the real inner voice. They choose to listen to the voice of the everyday and that lot, and voices that are put to them, like through programming, like with telly and everything. They choose to listen to stuff like that. They don't. It is enlightening, and everything we do, everything I've been doing. But you can see why things go on and the way things have been. And like this, when this got declassified, it's been done very low key. It got declassified very low key, and then you come to realize that this stuff, they're acknowledging that it works. They even acknowledge in the CIA document. You can check the CIA document out yourself that explained all. It's called Analysis of the Gateway Protocol. They even explain they inadvertently admit interdimensional parallel universes and interdimensional beings in this document. The stuff that you think is like out there, but they're acknowledging it in this document. That's what perked my curiosity. And then
yes.
I kind of I wanted to know how it was done, back engineered it, because I'd heard that they were actually putting brainwaves and thoughts into the exercises. So there's a guy on internet who got a museum of mind control devices and things that they've got that actually work. And he was explaining that when they analysed the actual sound that they were using, they were putting extra in as well as the binaural beats. They were putting extra into it. So when I come to do it, obviously I've not got that technology. I wouldn't do that anyway. I put in the binaural beats, which puts you into that correct, the frequency range, which puts you into your lucid dreaming state, the theta wave state, your brain waves.
How did you get so bloody clever that you can make music? Well, do you use a computer program or something?
For the music, yeah, I'm adjusting the frequencies with Audacity to give you the correct frequencies and that lot. But it's just very ambient stuff. I don't want there to be any proper notes as such and tunes and harmonies. It's to just be ambient sounds and carry it. So there's nothing to distract you.
Jonni, my final thing, because I think we've encouraged people to take a look at this. Folks, I just downloaded, I think I downloaded them off YouTube, all the whole Hemisync catalogue. So because it came out in a tape series originally, didn't it? You
Yeah, it's
put
about
your
52 exercises. What
yeah,
they
and I don't know if I've got all of them, but I've downloaded a whole load, and I started off, and it talks you through a sequence. First of all, you got to put all your troubles in a iron box and lock it away. Then you create this like protective cocoon over your set. I'm just talking off the top of my head,
you
but
visualize, it's visualizing these things you're doing, but what it's actually doing at that particular point, it's like for most people in the Western world do not meditate. Ancient traditions, ancient religions, they meditated. They could get themselves into these states after lots of years of practice, 20, 30 years of practice. They can get into these same states. This is giving somebody like the likes of me or anybody who's out there who's never done meditation before access to all this. And it's done with like the binaural beats. There's the binaural beats. How it works though is like there's a frequency going into your left ear, and I call that the bass frequency. And then there's a frequency going into the right ear. And provided that frequency, there's two different frequencies. There's no gap between 40 hertz. You will hear the difference. What so happens is you hear a tone in your left ear, hear a tone in the right ear, which is slightly different. And what happens is the left hand side of your brain and the right hand side of your brain is trying to work to, but the two separate sides. So you hear this whoop, 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 the fluctuation. That's actually the missing frequency. So say like I do it for 4 hertz for the theta waves. I'm setting 4 hertz separation. You will hear that 4 hertz, but naturally, normally, you can't hear that sound. You can't hear 4 hertz of sound. But when you do the binaural beats, it's like an audio phenomena. You can hear it, but it's that state that so you're hearing that vibration, that beat, and it's slowly but surely lowering your brain waves to that beat till it gets in sync with it. And once it gets in sync with it, their term is hemisync. Your left-hand brain starts reacting at the same time, and as that happens, that's when all the magic starts to kind of happen.
incredible. So what I want to ask you, Jonni, just to finish off is, I was listening to it in the sauna, and just being completely frank here, they're like 40-minute sessions. And I know that I should be putting time aside I mean, I was doing sort of, 20 minutes, and then it was like, oh, I got to be in the office now, and would you thoroughly recommend that? No, Chris, go and put the time aside and put yourself through this process.
The more practice you do, the quicker you can get into these states. It's like I did an exercise called quantum jumping the other day. It lasted 35 minutes. But with me doing a lot of this now and practicing, I can actually get into that state a lot quicker. And I don't need a 40-minute exercise. So I turned it into a 20-minute exercise. And somebody actually left a comment. They'd done the Gateway experience at the Monroe Institute in America. They've actually been on that course. They've done various other things to do with binaural beats. They said that 20-minute thing put them into a very deep frame of mind. Yeah, actually, we're really pleased with it. So I am going to shrinken some of them to 20 minutes. But if if you understand meditation, you're halfway there. You've got to get yourself relaxed, focus, just all the distractions, everything to life out of your mind. And then millions of affirmations. You can do anything. You can do anything when you're there. Different. It's really different.
I'm going to do some now because... So you're saying, Chris, yes, get on it. Master it.
Do not try and manifest money, though. I'll give you that one. Right? You've got to be careful of how you manifest things. If you try and manifest money, you may well get that money. But it's how that money comes to you. A family member might die. It might be an inheritance because it doesn't come out of nowhere. Also, you might fall off a motorbike. You might be involved in a car crash. It might be insurance. It might be compensation. So you have to be careful how you do manifest things. So I would say manifest success. money will come with success. Manifest things. One of the things I did do, and I will be doing a lot of some more future exercises on this, is somebody told me that one of the wife had got cancer. Now, we're horrified. He showed me a picture of what the cancer looked like, and the doctor had said it was cancer. She were to go for some tests and everything. And he's absolutely not open to any of this manifestation or anything. And when I came home, I did a manifestation exercise, and I like as if putting protection on her, guardian spirits, guardian angels, whatever you want to call her, to look out for her, to heal her. And I kind of manifested this vision of her being healed. Be a couple of weeks ago, I'd seen him again, and I asked him how she was, and he said to me, he said, "Well, they've cancelled a cancer appointment at a hospital. She's not got it." He said, "But weird thing is," he said, "it's dropped off." And I'm like, "What do you mean it's dropped off?" He said, "It's dropped off. It must have been a spot or something she's had." But he said it didn't look like a spot. He showed me this black thing that she had. Anyway, he said it's dropped off. And then I kind of realised, I thought, oh my Lord, I were manifesting for her to be all right. Now, I told him this. He laughed me off. He's not open-minded enough, even thingies. But I knew. I just had that deep, profound knowing I'd done that. And I just thought, well, if I can do this, and if I can make manifestations for success, and these things are happening absolutely like I've manifested, I could manifest something else. I could manifest world peace. And as a collective, if everybody's manifesting these things, people come to you. It will happen. It will happen. It's been the most profound thing I've ever done, and it's kind of steered my life.
And your videos, Jonni, are they purposely? I mean, obviously, you should have your eyes shut to meditate, so your pineal gland kicks in. So, are they purposely like your videos are black?
Some of them, yeah, because even the distraction of a screen, like the light and the screen, could distract you while you do the exercise. Not so much the gateway, but like for the other things where you're like lucid dreaming. A lot of people like these 8-hour-long videos of ambient music set at certain tones, the solfeggio ranges. And if there's a black screen, they're not going to be disturbed by lights lighting up the bedroom and as such.
So, are you talking in any of these? So telling people to do lock your troubles away, relax.
Not in these ones. I've been using AI. I've kind of like my accent and everything, having a Yorkshire accent. I'm going to do some.
I think your accent would be wicked for meditating a bit, but it's Yorkshire's it's genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Well, I am doing some exercises and that lot where I am putting my voice into and that lot, like, but it's very early days. Everything's just happened with this channel. It's happening quick. I manifested it to happen quick.
I'm just thinking that people love being guided and sort of led through a YouTube channel, and to have a loader. I mean, all of your sounds on here are wonderful, but to have either you or maybe an AI, whatever you choose, to say, right, in today's one, we're going to manifest happiness. Today, we're going to put our anxiety away. Today, we're going to find happiness in the workplace. Today, and just to use this experience, and as they go through it, then you come in, right, affirmations for today are, I'm going to work. I'm not going to take other people's negative reactions to heart. I'm going to understand it's just a representation of where they are. And I'm just, mate, this time next year, Rodney, we'll be millionaires. Believe me.
Well,
we're not supposed to manifest money, are we?
No, don't manifest money.
I'm really excited for you. You've clearly got the talent to put this together. What I think you should do is get an app.
Well, I am going to make some meditation apps and put this onto an app, and it is going in the Polybius Invaders 2. There's going to be 5 exercises in it, but it's kind of like you get to it secretly. You go into the credits, you turn on the binaural beats, then you're greeted with a new option on the menu, and this new option is all the what I call the SoulSync gateway. Obviously I can't call it the gateway experience or Hemisync.
Yes,
but it's going into a game first for the masses, and the game will be very, very, very cheap. I'm not this kind of technology in this. I think people should have it and use it and wake up to realize just that the more than this physical body, or a lot more than this physical body. This physical body is just an avatar we're living in. And the physical experience, we get the best from it. Enjoy everything, enjoy the food, enjoy life, stay positive. And I think it should be free. So that's why it's all going on that channel for anybody to use. There will be. I'm even putting them on as actual audio files. So if you've got adverts coming up, because adverts will distract you if you're in the middle of an exercise, a meditation, and an advert pops up in the middle, it'll just break everything. So I'm putting them actually onto audio so you can download them, keep them on your computer forever, these exercises.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Jonni, stay on the line so I can thank you properly, but thanks so much for coming on the show and enlightening us to the Hemisync experience. Friends, the link for his YouTube channel is in the description box below. Get over there, get involved. Just have a try of this. Remember, it's best to have the headphones on, Jonni, isn't it?
Yeah, you need headphones and to be on the correct way around as well in order for it to work. Because I mean, if you put them on the wrong way around, you're going to get like minus hertz in your ears. It'd be weird. It just might not work quite the same. But the headphones have to be on the right way around. Left ear on the right, and then the right.
Yes. Or if you put them on wrong, you might not be able to see where you're going.
Well, yeah, if you put them over your eyes.
Jonni, stay on the line so I can thank you properly. Absolute legend. I'm so glad you're an awake veteran. Welcome to the elite club. I shouldn't really say that, should I? I think the last thing we want to be in is an elite club. But just massive thanks, mate, to everyone at home. The chat's been flying away. Thank you, Spooky. Thank you, Come On. Thank you, Marie. And thanks to everyone who's supported the channel. Folks, if you can support us on Locals, it's our free speech platform, or Patreon, or become a YouTube member. It's only $1.99 a month. And you get free tickets to all my annual events, like our Christmas get-together and our Bushcraft weekend, and a lot of other benefits. But it just supports the channel to bring you great content like this. Much love. 'Cause I've been living life